Happy holiday, President's Day, Nova Scotia Heritage Day, Alberta Day, post what was supposed to be election Newfoundland. Anyway, it's a holiday throughout Canada and United States, and I'm doing a morning video. It's 10:32 in the morning now, on the morning of Monday. Welcome back, new day, new week. Monday, the 15th day of February 2021. Time flies. Now, this morning I'm going to talk about oil. I love oil. You know, this expression that the late saintly President Reagan and his wonderful wife Nancy used to say, Nancy never met a millionaire she didn't like. Well, John Pettipas, I can sincerely tell you, never met a hydrocarbon he didn't like. And a coal, natural gas, fracked natural gas, oil, offshore oil, on-land oil, tar sands oil. I love hydrocarbons. No, I'm just about it. I love hydrocarbons. We have benefit immeasurably from hydrocarbons. Cape Breton Island, much of the 25 to 50, 60-year-old age workforces in Alberta working. Same thing in mainland Nova Scotia. All over. From Meteghan, Yarmouth, right on through to Kenso, Auld, Cove, Hrdro-carbons, you name it. And Newfoundland. Beloved Newfoundland. Same idea. Was for Newfoundlanders and Cape Bretoners and Maritimers. Don't know how they'd run the oil business in Alberta. That's a fact. Pipelines. I love pipelines. You get people like Joe Biden, Hayden Biden, Krupp Biden, Lion Biden, Sleepy Joe. Sleepy Joe, awake me a slumber, Sleepy Joe. There's a world and a country to be run if you knew how to do it. So, cancelling the Keystone XL pipeline. No, not good. Now, Justin Trudeau, that boy, the Trudeau boy up there. They are job killers. Not good. Bad stuff. Job killers. Hayden Biden and the Trudeau boy. Job killers. We need pipelines. I love pipelines. No ums, ahs, ifs, buts about it. Now, we take here. It's a cold morning. Actually, it's getting nice now, but it's been cold. And I have a wonderful gentleman made a comment in oil not very long ago. He said the oil industry will disappear when mosquitoes become a problem in Nova Scotia in January. I love that one. The oil industry will disappear when mosquitoes become a problem in Nova Scotia in January. And for the temperatures getting out there in BC, northern BC, Alberta, across the prairies, Saskatchewan. I spoke to two people this morning from Saskatchewan, and somebody did a wonderful video just outside of Winnipeg, Manitoba, they're reading, and it was cold. He was starting his tractor and boy, oh boy, he was persistent. I think it was a 6th try, but Michael got it going. Master Michael got the tractor going. So it's cold. Let me tell you, not only mosquitoes not a problem in January in Nova Scotia, and like Buddy says, the oil industry will disappear when mosquitoes become a problem in Nova Scotia in January. Well, I can tell you from British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and speaking to Linda in Southern Ontario the other day, it was cold out there too. The mosquitoes are not a problem in any place in Western and Central and Eastern Canada in February as well as January. Anyway, we have a big announcement today. A wonderful gentleman, Jim in Calgary, that him and his buddy from Denver, Colorado, I had the privilege of meeting Jim, actually spoke to him on the phone. Met him a couple of times in person and spoke to him on the phone many times over the years. And the first time him and his wife were in the store, they take, and about a week, 10 days later, they got home and a little irregular package come, one of those puff envelopes from Canada Post. It was a rectangular block of wood with written in Chinese of all languages, and it said, "Crisis equals opportunity." Crisis equals opportunity. Now, ironically, what hiding Biden's done by canceling the Keystone XL, it's brought the price of oil up. You know, I just had a piece on the BBC World News because today, India Life, and India is, what is it? India's 1.3 some billion people. There's gonna be about an extra 1.5 billion pigs, 1.4, who knows exact figure. Let's say 1.5 billion more people in the world in the next 29 years by 2050. In fact, just digressing here, bear with me, folks. There was a piece on the United States economy and housing. It was actually the chairman, CEO of Martin Marietta speaking on CNBC. It would have been last Thursday, I believe, Wednesday or Thursday. And there's a real boom in the construction business in the United States. And single-family houses use Martin Marietta materials, by the way. Their big product is cement. They do limestone and other stuff, but aggregate, which goes into building highways and making concrete for bridges and asphalt driveways, and concrete for housing, for basements and what have you. So there's a huge increase in housing starts in the United States, single-family homes. That's not duplexes, multi-family homes, apartments, so condominiums, single-family homes. And the average single-family home uses 2 to 3 times as much cement as does a apartment building or condominium or a multi-family unit, again, duplexes. So the huge, in the population of the United States, 140 million more people in the next 20 years. So right now we're 335 million. We'll be 475 million people, almost 500 million. China's growing, all the faults, they still grow. India's growing immensely. Indonesia, the Far East, Brazil, you name it. The world is growing. Yes, nuclear is wonderful, and wind and solar all have their place in the mix. But boy, oh boy, when you want to turn those lights on, you want electricity on demand. You can't say, well, sorry, miss, no computer day, no supper night, no hot water for shower, because we had a blackout. It just didn't blow today. No wind today. Well, what about the sun? No, it was a cloudy, overcast day. No, kind of cool. No, solar didn't work either, so I guess you just have to put off your shower and your supper and your laundry and your computer or television, whatever, electricity, heat, till such times the wind blows again and the sun shines. So the oil industry, I'm going to repeat, the oil industry will disappear when mosquitoes become a problem in Nova Scotia or any part of the Northern Hemisphere in January or February. Now there's opportunity. The crisis equals opportunity. The been out of favor sector, I'm announcing today, this is a big announcement, opportunity. You can invest with me, John Pettipas at Lobster Oil Industry. You can invest with me. I'm selling $5,000 units and they yield 10%. You get 10% dividend on once. It's payable every 10% yearly. It's payable every 3 months, quarterly. So you get for $5,000 investment, you get $125 4 times a year for a total of $500, and you get 20% of the investment return. So I'm going to repeat that. They're $5,000 1-year units. You get 10% interest on them, payable quarterly. So you get $500 return on your $5,000 investment every 3 months. You get $125 times 4, $500 a year payable quarterly. The total of $500 for the full year. And you get 20% investment returns. It's an out-of-favor sector. Doesn't matter if it's fracking, if it's oil services, or if it's drilling, whatever. There's opportunities out there right now. Now, I want to get back here to pipelines and oil industry. When we have an election coming up in this country, and you ask your candidates, do you support the oil industry? Well, if they waffle, my policy could be like Joe Biden's, or that one out of California, Vice President Calamity Camilla of California. Good. And OOC, AOC, and all these greenies and lefties. And we'll get all kinds up in Canada, Ottawa. Sometime we have them province houses. And Alberta is a big driver of the economy in Atlantic Canada. If we didn't have Alberta, I don't know where we'd be. the United States, they have energy independence because of fracking and the domestic oil industry, the Permian Basin for oil in Texas, and the stuff in the Balkan up in North Dakota, and there's stuff in Oklahoma's big at oil, in Colorado's big, but new fields come on big for sure. The Balkan in North Dakota and the Permian in Texas. And natural gas, the tremendous Marcellus shale gas fields, natural gas fields, and the state of Pennsylvania, the Keystone State. Pennsylvania, beautiful state of Pennsylvania, the Keystone State. Pennsylvania, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, named after William Penn. Pennsylvania, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. They take energy independence, that's big. We're not dependent, held by the short and curlies by OPEC or countries that don't necessarily like us. So energy independence, we need it. We worked hard to achieve it, and we're going to keep it. And one more thing, if you're nervous of the oil industry, don't be. Commentator made a comment one day, Joe Biden, as bad as he is, can never hurt the oil industry like the coronavirus did in early 2020. There was fewer oil rigs working in the United States of America, all across North America, Canada, and United States. There were fewer oil rigs working in late winter, early spring of 2020, not even a year ago now, you're talking about 10, 12 months ago now, 10, 12, 13 months ago, there are fewer oil rigs working than when John D. Rockefeller started what became Exxon. Okay, it was the old Standard Oil Trust. It became John D. Rockefeller's investments in the late 1800s. With that, I gotta go. I gotta wrap this up. Share this video. I love oil. I love natural gas. I love coal. I unabashedly stand here before you and acclaim that John Pettipas, I repeat, I have never met a hydrocarbon I didn't like. We need oil, we need natural gas, and we need coal. And if you value your heat, value your lights, value your job, value all the benefits you have from working and living in this great land, these great countries of USA and Canada and North America, Mexico's been a big beneficiary of the oil industry. So the richest, most economically successful economic continent that God has ever placed on the face of the earth. United States, Canada, Mexico, the North American continent. And the world is growing. The world is growing. More mouths to feed, more people to be fed. And the first thing people, I'll tell you, as countries grow, they don't want a smartphone. First thing they want. They don't want a big flat screen TV or a fancy car or whatever. The first thing that people want in darkest hot Africa, India, the Pacific Zone, South America, as they start to get upward mobility, is a refrigerator. And even though it's cold today, food's not going to spoil today in Nova Scotia, but most of the world lives in hotter climates, and what the refrigerator does is it keeps your food from spoiling. You can kill an animal, and you can put it in the fridge, in the freezer, or whatever, and keep it. You've cooked food, you can keep your food in the fridge, and you can keep your just a whole number of stuff, dairy products, you name it, you keep it. So a refrigerator, it's not a smartphone, it's not an iPad, it's not a laptop, it's not one of those computer machines over there, not a big flat screen TV or fancy vehicle. They want a refrigerator. And think of it, they want refrigerators. In this area, years ago, people used to put their food in a can, their butter, their milk anyway, their milk. Many people come to the store, they put their milk in a or meat. Meat would go in a container and with a cover on it and put in a well. A lot of old homes, you'd have a basement, used to have a well in the basement. They'd put their meat in the cool water and not right in the water to contaminate with the meat, but they'd put it in a bucket and hang that bucket in dip it in a well. And I kept the meat refrigerated so it didn't spoil during the day in the warmer spring, summer, and fall. And so with that, I got to go. Share this video. I love oil, pipelines, and the oil workers and the whole oil industry. In the oil industry, I can tell you, is very efficient at recycling. They talk about recycling. They reuse water. They reuse heat. They're very efficient at recycling, and it's good business. They're growing all the time. They're using more and more ways. There's excess heat or steam in one part of a process. It's used in another part of a process. The oil industry today is way more efficient than it ever was, and they're making improvements all the time. With that, I gotta go. God bless all oil workers, and thank you. A lot of new subscribers picked up lately, and I'm 12 subscribers shy of the 600 mark. So any of you out there viewing, maybe you've viewed, never know how important it is. It's really important for me in the channel. If you'd be so kind as that little word at the top of the screen, subscribe. Press that subscribe button. I've gone on a bit longer than usual, as I so frequently do. It's now about 12 minutes before 11 o'clock in the morning, on the morning again of Monday, which is the 15th day of February 2021. Wish you all the best and God bless. Share this video. Thank you very much. Bye for now.